I'm Andrew McNeil with the International Specialty Tea Association, or ISTA. ISTA's mission is to improve global understanding of tea and skilled tea making through research-based education. The organization was founded in 2015 with the belief that the tea industry can improve if there is a clear definition of quality. This project has brought together a unique array of professionals from both inside and outside the tea industry, all of whom share a passion for tea. Over the last 3 decades, an alternative to the global commodity tea market has emerged. This model is positioned as the specialty tea market. And in contrast to the commodity tea market, it's built on high-value teas, often traded at lower volumes. It's extremely regionalized, it's variously defined, and it's frequently just misunderstood. It doesn't really follow the same systems of market logic as the commodity tea industry, but if a growing international specialty tea industry can be nurtured, we believe it holds enormous promise as a model of sustainability and profitability for the tea industry as a whole. So ISTA supports the development of this market, and we believe an important contribution we can make is the creation of a universal evaluation standard for specialty tea. The tea industry today exists in a Wild West-like state, where a lack of internationally recognized evaluation standards allows a tea vendor to really dictate the quality of any specialty tea. Existing market expectations for a cheap product that come from the commodity tea market, in combination with financial pressures that many tea businesses are facing right now, has often justified a choice like buying the cheaper tea available, but at the same time claiming it to be of the highest grade. While there's a short-term benefit here for the tea vendor, it's a lasting long-term detriment to the industry as a whole. Tea is often relegated to a supporting role to other beverages like coffee, beer, and spirits. These industries have transformed and transitioned into the specialty world, a move that has improved and unified each of these industries. Establishing evaluation standards will better define industry and consumer expectations of what tea is to be deemed specialty. This allows benefits to spread throughout the entire supply chain, from a higher price to the grower, to the improved quality of the cup that finally ends up in the consumer's hands. If we can create a shared medium of communication that spans across different links in the supply chain, there's concrete benefits for each stakeholder. Producers have clear targets. They can work with an understanding of how their high-end teas are going to be evaluated and ultimately how the quality is going to be judged. Tea brokers, merchants, wholesalers can share knowledge up and down the supply chain more efficiently. They'll be able to speak on the attributes of tea in a way that is concise and consistent. When attributes or quality or defects are linked back to explicit successes or failures in processing, those further down the supply chain can better recognize the value of the products that were produced with skill. And finally, consumers ultimately can receive a higher quality and more fairly priced product. So if these are the benefits, how are we actually going to go about establishing a shared understanding of tea quality? ISTA sees it as taking 4 major components. 1, we need a shared method for evaluating tea. 2, we need a language to discuss it. 3, we need shared judgment on what attributes indicate skilled and good quality tea making. And 4, we need a shared understanding of the diverse contexts and different styles that shape tea production. ISTA's work is to provide each of these components in a way that can be readily learned and applied across the specialty tea supply chain. To accomplish this, we're working towards synthesizing the existing body of evaluation protocols from countries of origin. We're also looking towards systems of evaluation from other industries, namely coffee, wine, beer, and even the dairy industry. And finally, we're working to substantiate our own synthesized protocols with practices from current sensory and consumer science. With the aid of Dr. Rena Schifrin of ProSense Consumer Labs, who also serves on ISTA's board of directors, ISTA is in the process of training and calibrating a descriptive analysis panel. This panel's primary purpose is to develop a functional lexicon for tea evaluation. The panel, in doing so, has already examined the utility of different standard evaluation methods It's tested the utility of different protocols and ultimately agreed on its own standard protocol and standard grading form for judging samples. In doing so, the panel's operating with a working draft of ISTA's own evaluation protocols. And these are tailor-made for the evaluation of high-value specialty tea. Additionally, we're proud to note that participating panelists represent a cross-section of industries and backgrounds. There are some from the tea industry. There's other panelists who draw from their experiences in food science, consumer science, nutrition science, and specialty coffee. Now, in order for ISTA's methods, metrics, and lexicon to actually be useful, they have to be effective across the wonderful range of styles that high quality and high value tea is made in today. So that's easier said than done, of course. A critical component here is the development of a style guide. So style guides are documents that inform evaluators of particular attributes of commercially important or culturally important types of tea. Whenever possible, these guides should be congruent with any existing style guides that come from a tea's origin. At least, we want their development to be informed by established producers of a particular style. So ISTA is not seeking to impose an outsider's definition of how a tea should or should not be made. Rather, it's our goal to promote an origin-first, ground-up understanding of why a tea is made the way it is. The tea industry is constantly evolving, and standards for understanding quality must change in parallel. Therefore, it's ISTA's understanding that evaluation protocols, the lexicon, the style guides must be living documents, so to speak. They're expected to be revised as the tea world changes. Now, these four goals that we've outlined are achievable, not impossible. In fact, a number of evaluation systems already exist. You can look at the ISO standards or the Chinese national standards for tea evaluation to see excellent examples of evaluation systems that are already used in segments of the tea industry. ISTA is not looking to reinvent the wheel or undo existing work that's already done on standards. These are vital touchstones. The challenge ISTA is seeking to overcome is that none of these standards have addressed the need for a shared understanding, an international understanding of what level of quality explicitly qualifies as specialty. In order for these standards to encourage any kind of change in the industry, they have to be accessible. So ISTA is planning to teach them. We're currently developing an education program for new and experienced tasters alike. That's really anyone who's looking to evaluate tea in a calibrated way. ISTA is also aiming to offer courses to tea evaluators to gain a baseline understanding of tea production. We believe that tea quality is defined by quality tea making, and therefore a basic understanding of tea processing is essential for the critical evaluation of tea. ISTA is also looking to offer research and information services to the tea industry. We're committed to the continual betterment of the industry. We see this in line with our own foundational mission of education and research. Also, ISTA is seeking to advocate for the developing specialty tea market wherever and whenever possible. As an organization, we'll voice our support for initiatives in policy and governments that benefits the production and distribution of specialty tea worldwide. As a young organization, ISTA is fortunate to be starting with a board of individuals with diverse backgrounds and different areas of expertise. It's our belief that in the years ahead, inclusion of leadership from throughout the global supply chain has to remain a priority. Diversity of the organization's governance is essential if we're going to successfully make an impact that's transcendent of tea's supply chain and international scope. So the vision and work that we've just outlined is actually what brought the board together in the first place. Each one of our directors believes in the development of the specialty tea industry. Our standards project is just one project to this end. We're motivated also by the chance to connect with others who share a passion for tea. So thank you.